Chapter 1. Albuquerque, New Mexico, summer 1983. Too many freckles. They sweep up from the sides of her nose like great wings, covering her cheeks, threatening to encroach onto her forehead. Claire Rollins used to count them and record the number on her Hello Kitty tablet, but finally gave up and buried the results in a drawer. Don't only redheads get freckles? She doesn't want to end up another Sarah Malik, whose face looks like it's been shot with 1,000 BBs. At least she doesn't need braces. Her brother, Bryce, had a mouthful of metal for his first 2 years of high school. Her best friend, Meredith Paulson, smiles without showing teeth and refers to her orthodontist as a mad scientist. Claire is about to start 9th grade, and this freckle face is what she has to show for it. She puts on her yellow sundress, pulls her freshly washed dark hair into a ponytail. She thinks about spritzing the perfume her grandma gave her for Christmas, but things like perfume and jewelry will be too obvious downstairs. The nails of her right hand are painted purple. Meredith paints only the left, so together they make a complete person. Photos of Claire and Meredith, horseback riding, in various Halloween costumes, faces splattered with mud, stick alongside the sides of her wall mirror. Tucked right in the middle of them is Dakota Van Zant's wallet-sized high school senior portrait, a rope of blonde hair over one shoulder, a crooked front tooth in the middle of a perfect smile. The girl Claire hopes she might someday become. The fan spins back and forth lazily, making her red curtain flutter and drop, flutter and drop. On the turntable, the police send an SOS. Claire rolls her tank top and cut-off shorts into a tight ball, drops it out the open window where it lands behind the lavender-blossomed rhododendron bush. Dozens of eyes watch this from inside the crowded glass doll case, a hand-me-down from her mother. They sit and stand in rows like a class photo, baby dolls and drowsy-eyed Barbies and Japanese geishas whose alabaster skin pops against their colorful kimonos. From this vantage point, she can see right down into Dakota's window at the Van Zant's house next door. The window dark all the time since Claire's old babysitter went off to college 2 years ago. Claire takes the needle off the record and the room goes quiet, save for the low metallic whir of the fan. Across the hall, Bryce's door is closed as usual. Claire and Meredith once spied through his window from up in the tree, convinced he was playing with himself, though neither of them knew exactly what that meant. They watched for an hour, but all he did was sit at his desk with his earphones on, bobbing his head and drawing. Later, when Claire confirmed what playing with oneself actually does mean, she was glad the spy mission had failed. Bryce leaves for church camp tomorrow, so that door will stay closed for a while. The handwritten sign on the front, "Do not knock, do not enter." Below it, faded stickers, the Fantastic Four, the Silver Surfer, Dr. Strange. In another year, he'll be gone to college. Maybe their dad will scrape those off then. Claire goes downstairs 2 at a time. She hates walking through the den with the photos of her awkward self looking back at her from the cherry wood walls, and the display of so-called pottery, an empty vase, a wrinkled ashtray from elementary school. In the flower wallpaper kitchen, Barbara Rollins, her mom, loads the dishwasher. She has dark hair, like Claire's, but with a patch of gray, kinky wires over her left ear. Claire used to help pluck these witch hairs. Now she doesn't even like looking at them. Her mom's rings are a tiny treasure pile atop a towel, while she scrubs the lasagna dish. After this, she'll take her seat in the den for Dallas or Dynasty or whatever's on tonight. The light above the sink casts a ghostly, tired image in the window. In photos from when Claire's mom was young, before this life, she looked like Elizabeth Taylor. "Where are you off to?" she asks, rinsing crust down the drain. "I told you," Claire replies. "Some of us are going to set off leftover fireworks at the arroyo." "Back by 11. "Mom, it's summer." The same argument every time. Claire will come home at 11:30 and everything will be fine. Midnight would be pushing it, and Claire has an instinct about how far she can push. She bends down and gives her mom a quick kiss on the cheek to seal the unspoken deal. The moment arrived earlier that year when Claire was officially the taller of the two.